Once you've recognized that it's part of the process, a necessary part of the process, and that you're not alone in experiencing this, a really important thing is to understand the difference between creativity and evaluation, to recognize, to separate those two out as separate processes. So creativity, what I mean by creativity is generating stuff, generating the words that will become a story, or making the marks that will become a painting. Evaluation is the editing of those, the sort of alignment of those, the removing anything unnecessary, extraneous, the crafting and shaping. And so what people often do is they conflate the two processes. So they'll sit down to try and write something, and they'll get a couple of sentences in and go, "Is that any good?" And they go, maybe it's not so good. And they go back and they start again. And then they get to the end of that, still not working. And before you know it, they're sitting there all frustrated, and they've got loads of scribbled up, ripped up pieces of paper next to them. So the trick is to do a deal with yourself, and you say, okay, I'm going to evaluate what I do, but I'm only going to evaluate it when I've got to the end. And it doesn't matter if the thing that I make is rubbish or scrappy, but I can only make it better once I've got something to work with. You can't edit the blank page. And the only way I got to the end of the book, I'd written a lot of articles, and I'd done a little ebook, but